All right, so let's take a look at some examples of exponential growth. So today's notes will be titled Exponential Growth Applications. Make sure you put today's date so you know when we took these notes. So let's say we have the situation. Let's say Vinny is given $300. He deposits that amount into a savings account that pays 6% interest a year. So we have Vinny is given $300. He takes that money, he deposits it into a savings account that pays 6% interest a year. So the formula for Vinny's situation is y equals 300 times 1.06 to the x. So using a table, we're going to fill out how much money Vinny will have after 5 years. And then we'll break down the pieces of the equation. So we have 300 parentheses 1.06 exponent to the x. We graph it. We're not going to see too much here. Actually, we probably won't see anything because the graph isn't big enough right now. It's only 10 by 10. So I'm going to go to the tables. Remember, you hit second graph and just start filling in those numbers on the table. So we have 0, 300, 1, 318, 2, 337 and 8 cents, 357 and 30 cents. Notice there's no 0 after the 3, but when that happens, you can put a 0 after it, so it represents money. And then 378, 74, and 401, 47. So after 5 years, Vinny would have $401.47 in his bank account if he chose the savings account. So remember, the standard form for exponential equations is y equals a times b to the x. So a is your initial value. And in this problem, it was 300. And that's how much money Vinny started with. B is the rate. What's being multiplied each time. And in this case, it's a special number, 1.06. There's a formula that we get that 1.06 from, and it has to do with the interest that's being paid. So remember, percentage is just a number over 100. So 6% is really just 6 over 100. So to turn that into a decimal, 6 divided by 100 is 0.06. But then you're probably wondering, where does that 1 come from? So let's break this down. When you calculate the percentage of something, to get the value that the percent changes, you have to do a little bit more math than what you initially do. So 6% of 300, if I do 300 times 0.06. That gives me 18. So 6% of 300 is 18. So really what this is showing me is that after 1 year, my account grows by $18. So I'm taking my 18 and I'm adding in the original 300. So that's where that 318 came from. And then this would just repeat itself. You would do 318 times 0.06, and you should get a number that would lead you to the ending goal of 337 and 8 cents. So what's happening is we're taking the initial value and we're multiplying it by 0.06 and by 1. It's kind of like you're distributing it when there's no exponent on it, because we're figuring out what the interest is and adding that back into the original amount. And that's where the 318 comes from. So that 1.06, that comes from taking 100% of the value and adding 6% more to it. And that's going to tell you what your interest is on top of the original value. So it's including both values, your original amount plus the interest that you gained. So if you ever have an exponent here, you would never distribute. But since I don't have an exponent here, this is the only time that I can distribute. But in other problems, when you have an exponent, you never distribute from the initial value inside the parentheses. That's something you never do. Okay, so using that formula, we could figure out how much money Vinny would have in 20 years by plugging in, so we can answer that next question. How much money would Vinny have in 20 years? And then really it's just using the formula that we had above. So I have y equals 300 times 1.06 to the 20th. And if I type that into my calculator, I'm going to round that into terms of money. So I'm going to round it to 2 decimal places to the 100th point. 962.14. So after 20 years, Vinny would have $962.14. And what I was saying before is that you would never multiply 300 times 1.06 first. You would do the exponent. Remember, order of operations, you have to do exponents first and then multiply. So that's an application of growth. Let's look at one more example and see if we can figure out the pieces of the information to solve. All right, so let's say Armando wins $100 in a raffle. He deposits that money into an account that pays 3% interest. Write an equation and determine how much money he would have after 20 years. So Armando wins $100 in a raffle. He deposits that money into an account that pays 3% interest. Write an equation that determine how much money he would have after 20 years. So remember, for our equation, the standard form of an exponential equation is y equals a times b to the x. A is your initial value, so in this problem that's $100. And then B is your percent. So we have to take 3%, which is 3 over 100, turn that into a decimal, which is 0.03, and add 1 to it. So it's 1.03 because we're growing. So we're adding the value of the initial value to it. So my equation here would be y equals 100 times 1.03 to the x. To find out how much he makes after 20 years, we plug in that to our equation. And he would have $180.61. And that's exponential growth of an equation.